panel. I think it would have also been good to probably invite someone from the Attorney-General's chambers, because that office was mentioned many times. I'm from Ideas, which Cynthia referred to earlier. The two things that I want to say is, first, Cynthia brought up this open government partnership. It's something that we are also working on, and in fact, in the OGP, which covers 4 areas: fiscal transparency, freedom of information, public disclosure of assets of public officials, and citizen participation, we actually score not too bad. There's a total of 16 points, and the areas that we are lacking is actually in freedom of information and in public disclosure of assets. So if Malaysia wanted to qualify to be part of this OGP, all we needed to do was to do this public declaration of assets and to enact the Freedom of Information Act. I really strongly believe that civil society needs to come up again to campaign for such an act. We already have examples in some state governments. I think there was a campaign many years ago, even before the 2008 general election. So I do think it's time to talk about the FOI. Because without the FOI, there are many, many things that we will not be able to claim for. You're talking about accessing data, reports. Without the FOI, there's nothing we can do. Secondly, I think Dr. Paul talked about the Open Budget Index. So Ideas has been doing research on that index, and we will be releasing the latest 2015 one next year, in the middle of next year. So that shows us how transparent we are in terms of our budget, whether the government gives information, whether it's accessible and easily readable to the public as well. So that's all. Thank you.
So then from Malaysia Online, my question is for Tan Sri Ambrin. The PAC has asked the Auditor-General to audit MAHB over KLIE2. So I just want to know whether the Auditor-General will do that, and why or why not. That's it.
I'm from the CNPM. Tony Pua has highlighted the IMDF issue in Parliament. Does the AG need the approval to audit the financial dealings in from the Ministry of Finance?
Which company is this? 1MDB.
One MD.
1MDB.
The other thing that Tony Pua also highlighted is the PKZ issue. Now, how do we proceed now when the PKA, who filed a suit against the Kuala Dimension Cynthia Gabriel, has decided to withdraw the suit despite the federal court's refusal to grant it to KDSB to appeal? How do we proceed? Yeah, I mean, it spells over, this the grand corruption there. Lee Wah Beng's book, disclosed that. Yet when the Tun Ling Yong Sek was, acquitted, the AG did not appeal. Yeah, something is very wrong with our system. I support what the Tricia said. I think the AG got to be present in such discussions to answer some of the questions that Tony posed.
Which AG are you referring to?
Attorney-General.
Sorry, Auditor-General. CNPM. Tony Pua has highlighted the IMDF issue in Parliament. Does the AG need the approval to audit the financial dealings in from the Ministry of Finance?
Which company is this? 1MDB.
One MD.
1MDB.
The other thing that Tony Pua also highlighted is the PKZ issue. Now, how do we proceed now when the PKA, who filed a suit against the Kuala Dimension Cynthia Gabriel, has decided to withdraw the suit despite the federal court's refusal to grant it to KDSB to appeal? How do we proceed? Yeah, I mean, it spells over, this the grand corruption there. Lee Wah Beng's book, disclosed that. Yet when the Tun Ling Yong Sek was, acquitted, the AG did not appeal. Yeah, something is very wrong with our system. I support what the Tricia said. I think the AG got to be present in such discussions to answer some of the questions that Tony posed.
Which AD are you referring to?
Attorney General.
Sorry, Attorney General.
Like itu, as yang berhormat Tony Pua said, you hope that the Minister of Transport will allow me to do. So I have to have discussions. I just cannot go in without proper authority. Because if they ask us to do, of course we have to do that. But at the same time, so if our resources are inadequate, then we have to get some support. Yeah.
So you have to get approval from who?
Sorry?
You have to get approval from which ministry?
At the moment, we are not touching the public listed companies. KLIA 2 is by MAHB. MAHB is a public listed company, okay? They are subject to the Securities Commission in terms of corporate governance, etc., etc. And their accounts are being audited by the Big Four. So there's no reason for us to audit their account. Okay, that's already been done, and they are not gazetted for purposes of auditing by at the moment. So the list of companies to be audited, we always review from time to time. Those companies were not included, we can always include next time.
So do you plan to include that?
Which one?
MAHB.
MAHB. I think we will start with what the PAC wants us to do first now. Maybe.
So you plan to ask the government for permission to
I have to seek the opinion of the government lah, whether they allow me to do it. That's very proper, isn't it?
Okay, the gentleman's question about 1MD4 and then we'll take 3 more questions.
Which aspect of MRDB you want me to audit? I think MRDB has already given all the clarification about their investment strategies and whatnot, business strategies. So, what do you want us to do now? As far as the account is concerned, it's already been audited by the Big Four. It has been filed with the registrar of companies, according to the law. As far as I know, registrar of companies didn't say that their accounts are improper. So what do you want me to do?
Perhaps, Tan Sri, I believe that the role of the auditors that submitted the accounts to SSM obviously is signed by Deloitte. It is properly tabulated, 1 + 1 = 2. But I think the issues that the public would be concerned about, as an example, is when 1MDB raised bonds and paid fees, commissions and expenses in excess of 10% to raise these bonds when other governments raise bonds for 1–2%. So if I'm PricewaterhouseCoopers, as long as I can see that Goldman Sachs received 10%, is officially payment given to Goldman Sachs, that's what I put in the accounts. This Deloitte is not going to ask, how come you pay 10%, other people pay 5% or 2% or 0.1%. So I think the role for our government auditors is to look at the performance audit and value audit. If our companies are actually spending our money in what do you call it, value for money method. I think that's the concern.